There's something hunting you right now, something that knows your deepest fears, your secret desires, and exactly how to destroy your chances of transcendence. And the terrifying truth is, it's already inside your head. If you've been following our Enoch Prophecy Series, you know about the timeline, the signs, and the 7 ancient practices. But what I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about this spiritual war. Because while you've been focusing on preparing yourself for the day of decision, a hidden enemy has been systematically dismantling your ability to choose correctly. And most people don't even know it's happening. Enoch called them the Watchers, fallen beings who descended to Earth with one mission: ensure that as few humans as possible make it into the first group. But they're not using obvious temptations or trying to make you evil. They're corrupting your ability to discern truth from deception. They're hijacking the very mental processes you use to make spiritual decisions. Have you noticed how much harder it's become to know what's really true? How conflicted you feel about things that should be obvious? How your own thoughts seem to argue against themselves? That's not confusion. That's warfare. Enoch revealed 3 specific attacks the Watchers use against humans approaching transcendence. The moment you start taking the ancient practices seriously, the Watchers inject subtle spiritual pride directly into your thoughts. You begin to feel special, chosen, superior to others who don't understand. You start judging people who aren't on the spiritual path. You develop contempt for ordinary people. You think you're more enlightened than everyone around you. But this pride makes you spiritually radioactive. The more special you feel, the further you drift from the first group. And the most terrifying part? This pride feels good. It feels like spiritual progress. Have you felt this? That subtle superiority when you encounter people who don't know what you know? That's not enlightenment, that's infection. Just as you begin making real progress, the Watchers amplify every doubt until they become deafening. Is this really true? Am I just being gullible? What if I'm wasting my time? These aren't your natural doubts. They're artificially amplified to paralyze you. The Watchers take healthy skepticism and turn it into a weapon against your spiritual progress. They use your intelligence against you. The smarter you are, the more sophisticated doubts they inject. They make you feel foolish for believing, intellectual for doubting. The Watchers flood your mind with artificial panic about time running out, about not being good enough, about needing to do more, faster, harder. They make you frantic instead of focused, anxious instead of determined. They turn the spiritual path into a desperate race where you're always failing, always behind. This false urgency leads to spiritual burnout and abandonment of the practices altogether. But genuine spiritual urgency is different. It's calm, focused, determined. It doesn't panic, it acts. You know the Watchers have infected your spiritual progress if you feel superior to others who aren't on the path. You constantly doubt your own experiences. You feel frantic pressure to achieve spiritual milestones. You judge other people's spiritual choices harshly. You swing between feeling spiritually advanced and spiritually hopeless. If any of these describe you, you're already under attack. Enoch provided a specific protocol for purging the Watcher's influence. Every morning, before any other practice, consciously acknowledge that you know nothing, are nothing, deserve nothing. Say, I am the least of all people. I understand nothing. I deserve nothing. I take credit for no spiritual progress. This is psychological warfare against spiritual pride. When doubts arise, don't fight them or accept them. Examine them. Ask, is this doubt helping me seek truth more carefully or paralyzing me from seeking it all? Healthy doubt makes you more careful. Infected doubt makes you give up entirely. Before any spiritual decision, check your emotional state. Are you acting from calm determination or frantic urgency? If you feel panicked or desperate, stop. That's watcher manipulation. Wait until you can act from peace. Here's how you know the purification is working. People will start turning against you. Friends who supported your spiritual journey will become hostile. Family members will mock your practices. This isn't coincidence. When the watchers can't control you directly, they work through the people around you. If everyone supports your spiritual path, you're probably not threatening the watchers enough. If people start inexplicably turning against you, you're on the right track. Enoch warns that just before the day of decision, the watchers will offer you something that seems like spiritual advancement, but is actually spiritual destruction. They'll present a teacher, revelation, or experience that seems more advanced than anything you've encountered. It will feel profound and transformative, but it will be a trap to redirect you away from the narrow path just before you reach the finish line. Remember, true spiritual advancement makes you more humble, not more special, more loving, not more judgmental, more peaceful, not more frantic. If any spiritual experience makes you feel superior or chosen, it's from the watchers, no matter how profound it seems. The attacks are intensifying as we approach the final phase. The watchers are becoming desperate. Every person who makes it into the first group is a victory they cannot afford. They will use everything, your pride, your doubts, your fears, even your desire for truth, as weapons against you. But now you know their tactics. You can recognize their attacks. You can purify their influence. Subscribe to Divine Seeker right now, because in our next video, we revealing the most shocking truth: how to identify the people in your life who are unconsciously working for the watchers. Some might be the people closest to you. Some might be spiritual teachers you trust. Some might even be other truth seekers on the same path. But they've been compromised without knowing it, and they're being used to stop you from reaching transcendence. The invisible war is real. The enemy is among us, and your ability to recognize friend from foe might determine whether you make it into the first group. Subscribe to Divine Seeker now, because missing this information could mean missing your destiny. The watchers are hunting, but now you know how to hunt them back.